This guy is the real deal, Tim Chapman. He is a former forensic scientist, now writing mystery novels. So tell us, it's exactly like CSI, right? It's fast cars and loud music and fashion models everywhere. That it's exciting like that, right?
Forensic scientists do look like fashion models.
They do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
So,
all right. So not really,
no,
right?
not really. It's tedious work,
Yeah.
oftentimes boring.
Yeah.
And not glamorous at all. The crime lab does not have chrome and neon in it.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And you were telling me before we started this program that there's such a thing as a CSI effect.
Absolutely.
Tell us what you mean by that.
It's happened in two areas. At the height of CSI's popularity, people were signing up for college programs in forensic science all over the country. The colleges were competing for students. People were signing up. They would go to work in the lab after they graduated. After a year or two, find out that it wasn't like TV, and then move on to some other field.
Not that exciting.
Yeah. It's also affected juries, too. Juries expect the evidence, the physical evidence, to help them determine innocence or guilt. And the evidence is really just one small part of the puzzle.
And you've had to testify in criminal cases, right?
Yeah, many times.
Yeah.
My job was working in the chemistry unit, so I mostly tested suspect drugs. My wife, who is also a forensic scientist, works in the trace evidence unit, which is much more interesting.
Much more interesting.
She works on violent crimes.
She's got the better job.
She does.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now you're a forensic scientist and you're going, you know what, I think I really want to be a mystery writer. Is that what was going through your head the whole time? And you said, let's go do that?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went back to school, learned how to write, and started writing and used my degree to also get a job teaching.
There's two books right here that Tim Chapman has written. One is Kittyland and Other Misfortunes. It's a collection of your short stories.
Correct.
And then the other is The Bright and Yellow, Hard and Cold. It's a mystery novel set in Chicago.
Set in Chicago. As you can imagine, there's a forensic scientist as one of the main characters.
Okay.
There are...
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, really. There are three plot threads that run through it. The first one takes place back in the 1930s. A young sharecropper moves from Kentucky with his wife to Chicago, and he gets involved with the Barker Karpus gang of bank robbers.
Okay.
In the present, there's a serial killer who's trying to track down anybody who knew those gangsters because his father was in prison with one of them and told him that they had hidden a cache of money that was never recovered. Meanwhile, my forensic scientist, McKinney, is trying to prove that a young autistic man who was accused of one of the murders is innocent, and he gets involved tracking down this serial killer.
Okay. Intriguing. Lots of twisted things going on in there. I don't mean it's like twisted, but there's a lot of strings and...
There's some twisted stuff.
Yeah, twists and turns. That's what I meant to say. Anyway. All right, so just a few seconds left here. Tell us a little bit about your writing style. You just get up every morning and start cranking them out at 4 o'clock in the morning? Is that how you write?
No, I get up at 5 to walk the dog with my wife.
5 to walk the dog,
probably
okay.
don't get into writing until 8 or 9.
All right.
Spend maybe 5 or 6 hours, and I write Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and teach on Tuesday and Thursdays.
Okay. Teach at Malcolm X College.
That's right.
Teach writing.
I do.
Okay.
And as far as my writing style goes, like I said, I have 3 characters that are each part of a thread, and so I work on one of those characters every day.
All right.
Try and get into the character and see where it's going to take me.
Tim Chapman is here with us this evening.